The year is 2018. Black Panther is kicking ass at the box office. These weirdos have gotten married. People are still eating bees for some reason. And Apple has once again delivered on its well-known habit of making beautiful, well thought out and delightfully designed products, and then skull fucking them into the ground. Hi, I'm Benjamin Butcher, gay pirate, journalist, and someone who can't seem to find anyone as interested in my 3D prints as I am. Today we're talking about Time Capsule, a, by all account, fantastic product which Apple murdered and then buried in the backyard. It's a product which I love and which Apple needs to bring back. And while this may be doubtful, I had also given up on ever seeing MagSafe again. And look where we are today. It's because Apple changes its mind sometimes that I'm making this video. And it's my sincere hope that if I talk about this, and you talk about this, and maybe a major celebrity or two talks about this, looking at you, Marquez, maybe, like MagSafe, we can get something back that is really useful and that a lot of us want. I bring it up because it appears to be one of the best, if not the best, backups that Apple has ever made. Except for when they backed up on the right to repair thing. Am I right? For real though. In addition, I would like to talk about why this device makes sense today and why I wish Apple would bring it back. Time Capsule was great because it was made by Apple for the Apple ecosystem. For the entire Apple tree, if you will. And of course, because Apple made it, it more or less worked right out of the box with very little need for technical configuration or fiddling around. In a nutshell, it was very user-friendly. Secondly, it was great because it automated a very boring task, backups. Now, I don't know about you, but with my ADHD ass, backing up a computer is not dangerous or exciting enough to become a priority. I do it, but grudgingly, and not as often as I should. And that's Apple's fault, is what I'm saying. If you watched my video on backups, then you know that we should all be backing up our files to at least 2 or 3 different locations. These days, that means that every couple of weeks, I need to remember to plug a hard drive into my computer and not go anywhere with my computer until it's finished. Because I'm on the move a lot, this can be frustrating and time-consuming. The beauty of having an airport time capsule would very much be that this would happen automatically whenever I'm home and my computer is on. Shit, even when it's closed. Another really great feature to this device is that it has expandable storage. Now, while Apple may be known for screwing their users over with planned obsolescence, this device was designed with the future in mind. Every year, backups get bigger and bigger, and even though these devices are sold with at least 2 terabytes of storage, the reality is that eventually I'm going to need more. Probably a lot more. What's awesome about this is that no matter how big my backups get, I can just add more storage, and even if I'm not using an Apple hard drive, I can still have simple over-the-air automatic backups because I have a time capsule to connect my hard drives to. Ultimately, I'm just saying that in addition to cloud storage, a lot of people still use backups, and as I've mentioned before, cloud storage can be unreliable at times. It would appear as though Apple has ditched Time Capsule for 2 reasons. First of all, Apple decided to move in the direction of iCloud, go figure. Given that they're always pushing for even simpler approaches, the idea of having backups at the push of a button to a cloud that is ever expanding is very appealing, of course. Second, Apple introduced products like this at a time when wireless technology wasn't really that mainstream, and the technology was lacking. I know, a world without Wi-Fi. Hard to imagine. Once they felt they'd pushed the industry forward enough, they decided to pack it in. Now, here's why it makes sense for Apple to bring it back. Most people who are serious about backups have a local backup and a cloud backup anyway. Ideally, Time Capsule would be one of the 3 copies in existence, and a cloud backup really only gives us a second copy. It's not a complete solution. The other thing here is that if Apple were to bring back Time Capsule, they'd likely do so with larger storage offerings. As a person who finds themselves making a lot of videos and photos, having a local monster backup would be fantastic. Granted, I can do this by purchasing another drive, but if Apple did the needful, I'd be happy to pay a couple of extra bucks and sell my soul to them again. Also, cloud backups can take a lot longer, especially if you don't have blazing fast internet. For some people, it means a lot to know that your devices are being backed up regularly and quickly. Also, from a business standpoint, this device doubles as a Wi-Fi router, something that most Apple users will buy anyway, especially given that the Wi-Fi sprinkler most telecom companies give you these days is not especially great, and it would be wonderful to see Apple doing a badass hardcore Wi-Fi sprinkling device. You know what I'm saying? Also, the largest backup size I can get for iCloud right now is 2 terabytes. With Time Capsule, I could add tons more backup data if I wanted to. Now, if you want an extensive cost breakdown, I'd suggest that you watch this video. But at today's prices, buying one of these secondhand is still actually a reasonably good deal, especially given that it's a once in a very long while kind of purchase as opposed to a monthly forever cost. Again, probably why Apple killed it. Okay, bonus round. You can leave if you want to, but I'm not done talking about nerdy shit, so. There was another product line. It was called Airport and Airport Extreme. This is basically Time Capsule but without the storage and backup, a Wi-Fi router. Now, because these were the size of a power brick, they could be used as Wi-Fi range extenders. The big difference here being that they have one crucial and really interesting upgrade, one which modern Wi-Fi extenders don't seem to have, an audio jack. What's cool about this is that these supported AirPlay. So if you had a 6-speaker setup, all you needed to do was have one of these and get an aux cable, and suddenly you've got an AirPlay enabled sound system. And yes, I know everyone's using smart speakers, but it's in the interest of recycling and also just building a cool looking sound system that I really love this idea. Okay, that is pretty much all the nerdy shit for today. This is BRBTG, I'm BRB, and as always, I'll be right back.